have not quit this channel. If you were wondering, where I've been for the past few weeks, I gotta tell you, a lot of things were happening in my life, and I felt like I really needed to take a step back for a while. And when I say a lot of things were happening in my life, not necessarily everything was necessarily negative. I had a lot going on with school. A lot of assignments were piling up, and I just wasn't able to commit the time to recording videos. And I think in my last video, I talked about sticking to the priorities. And if I sound a little nasal, I actually do have allergies. Thankfully, nothing else. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I had these assignments that I need to get done, and like I said in my last video, I talked about sticking to the priorities, and I'm one that believes in practicing what I preach. And practicing what I preach meant actually getting the assignments done, because those are the priorities right now. I mean, I really want to finish school, well, this stage and phase of my studies, because I definitely plan to keep going further with my studies. So yeah, I really had to focus on that. And then travel came up. My family and I went away. I actually went to Guyana for the first time in my life, and that was quite an experience. It was great. I think I'll post some of those pictures to my Instagram, so you can check that out if you want to see, if you want to experience Guyana vicariously through my photos. So that was a great experience. And my son had just started school, and he was adjusting to that whole transition from home to school. So a lot was going on. And then my other son, my younger son, he was also adjusting to being home without his brother, and just him being with me. So a lot of adjustments were taking place, and I felt I really needed to post this video because I respect my subscribers. I respect your time. I respect your interest in what I want to do here. And speaking of what I want to do here, I was also taking a step back to figure out the direction that I want to take the channel. And if I can be completely honest, which I know that's something you would appreciate, is yeah, just so I had to pause recording because my younger son woke up, and I had to pretty much I had to soothe him back to to his nap. So where was I? Yeah, I felt like I had to pretty much be open and honest, and I've always wanted to be authentic. And if I'm completely honest, I feel in the past couple of videos, or my very first few, I'm not really sure I've been my most authentic self. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that I'm naturally a very private person, and YouTube is one of the boldest things. No, not really. I've done other things like pageantry and whatever, but I think in the recent times, since I've stopped doing that sort of stuff, this is one of the boldest things that I've done. And I feel I was kind of wondering about the self I was presenting. And I've been trying to figure out this whole YouTube vlog lifestyle, and while I know this is one of the things that I want to do, because I feel like it's a space where I can make an impact, but at the same time, one of the multipotentialite problems is sometimes not really knowing if you're doing the right thing at the time that you're doing it. And there's also the uncertainty, there's there's just that fluctuation, that you go through, a high period when you're really pumped and excited about something, and then there's this low, and then it tapers off, and then you find that you just completely move on from that thing. And I know for this channel, that's not what I want. And so I acknowledge that it's a journey, and I can't speed up the process. It's very easy to start comparing your channel and comparing yourself to other content creators and saying, wow, I wish I was like that. I wish I was, hitting that amount of subscribers. I wish I was, making that big of an impact. But then, you just have to step back and realize, YouTube is about growth. YouTube is about your journey. And yes, you are adding value to people's lives, but you're using your life to add that value. And it, depending on what phase you are in your life, in your journey, it's going to be reflected in your channel. And I think when I just started the channel, I knew I wanted to have a YouTube channel. I knew it was going to be about being a multipotentialite and all that comes along with that. But to say I had everything planned out, not really. And you can plan so much, but then, sometimes planning takes away the authenticity. And I think sometimes planning and over planning just takes you in a direction you don't want your channel to go. And I know for me, I definitely want to be authentic and to present life as a multipotentialite and all the other things that come along with that. So I have decided that I want to have videos. I haven't decided on anything. I want to show up in this space and fulfill my commitment to those who have subscribed to my content. But at the same time, I really don't want to fall in a rut of presenting and giving and making content that nobody really needs, that's not really connecting with anybody. And I know I can't make up my mind about that as the content creator, but at the same time, it's something that I consider. It's like, how can I show my audience what my message is all about, what life as a multipotentialite is all about, if I take away the authenticity, if I take away the fact that, hey, some days I don't feel like making a video, or hey, some days I don't feel that I know what the heck I'm talking about. And I think it's really just acknowledging that, and I know that's what I'm doing, or I've decided to do, is to acknowledge that I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert at living as a multipotentialite. I'm not an expert on anything, to be honest, but I'm willing to apply myself, I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to share the experiences that I have that I think can help someone. And that's what I'm gonna do in this space. I don't know where this channel is going. I can't really lay it out. I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I know I'm taking it one video at a time. I like that, one video at a time. And I also talked about in my last video about, I'm rambling. I also talked about recognizing or embracing the season that you're in. And I think, like I mentioned, I'm in the season of being a mom, being a student, and yada yada yada, everything else that I'm doing. And like today I decided that I'm gonna do a video, wait till the boys are sleeping, and what happens? One son wakes up, and then I have to cut and put him back to sleep and come back for part 2 of this video. And there are other content creators who can just sit down and record straight, no interruptions. They have a schedule going for them, and that's not where I am at right now. And does that mean give up on YouTube? Does that mean give up on my dreams? No, it just means that I'm honest about it. And when I know I'm unable to do something, just acknowledging and accept that. And it's hard, but you know, somebody might say, well, maybe you should just forget about this YouTube thing. Maybe it's not cut out for you. Blah, blah, blah. You know, that might be true, but I have no idea. And I cannot make up my mind about something without like fully, like giving it a full-fledged effort, giving it all my energy and you know, all my energy. And then if it fails, then it fails, you know, instead of just saying, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Just, you haven't posted in a few weeks, just forget it. See, people already gonna subscribe, forget it. If I take that mentality in my life, then I will never really accomplish anything. So here I am, in my most authentic state, just letting you know that I want to thank you for, you know, being patient. And I know it's been a while since I've put out content, but like I said, there have been some recent events in my life that hasn't made recording possible. And today I just said, well, I have the opportunity to do so, so I'm going to communicate with my subscribers, because communicating to you, I think, conveys that I respect your time, and I respect you. And so I just can't just disappear and say nothing, no explanation. And you know, I know there might be people who, for some reason, they're not able to continue with something, and they really just kind of disappear and without explanation. And I think you guys deserve more than that, and I'm not that type of person. And you know, whatever comes up along the journey, and for some reason I may have to take a different direction, then I'm going to communicate that. I'm definitely going to do that, because I feel like if people share your energy and share your space, then you kind of have a duty to respect them. And then, you know, that's just the kind of person I am. So guys, I was trying to crush it by doing videos every single week, and I was burnt out from that consistency, you know, excuse me. And yeah, I was burnt out from that. It was stressing me out, because I think that I was how do I put this? I think that I was just putting out content to fill a space, but not truly reflecting where I am on my journey as a multipotentialite. And you know, when I came up with the idea of multipotentialite living, it was kind of a capture every single moment of being a multipotentialite, capture the growth, capture my growth as a multipotentialite, and to also present an authentic an authentic story, an authentic story of my development and my growth, and hopefully inspire somebody through sharing that story. So this is where I am right now. I know that I want to continue having my YouTube channel. I know I want to continue sharing my experiences as a multipotentialite. I also know that there are other priorities in my life, like I said, finishing school and, you know, being present for my children. And there's so many other things that I've had to put on a back burner, things that I'm trying to squeeze in, because that's what I am. That's what multipotentialites do. You know, we try to stuff some stuff in there. So I'm working on an upcoming project. I won't say much about it, but it's something very dear to my heart, and I've been putting it off for some time. So I'm not stretching myself thin anymore. I've been learning to scale back on a lot of things. I've been learning to say no, which I recommend you try doing too. I mean, there comes a time you just have to realize, I cannot do this right now. Simple, you know, there's no going around it. There is also a time in your life when you have to realize, maybe this is just not for me. And it really, really is a relief when you're able to come to that point and move on, instead of holding on to something that's pulling you down, weighing you down, just because you want to have it in your life. So I have decided to kind of take a step back from some other things that I was involved in, and that has kind of cleared the space for the things that I really am interested in doing, and the things that I really see will put me in the direction that I want to take my life, that I want to take my talents and my efforts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening to my nearly, I don't know, maybe when I put this first piece with this current piece, it might be maybe a 20-minute video or less. Yeah, after editing, it cuts down. So I missed you guys. I've been thinking about you guys, and I hope that, well, I don't want to make any promises, but I'll definitely be putting out content. And as my life changes and as things, you know, develop and unfold, you know, the direction, who knows where this channel will go, but I know for sure I will be bringing you along on this multipotentialite journey and my life as I dabble into the different things that captures my interest, and hopefully that will inspire you to just venture into your authentic self, venture into the things that you've been putting on the back burner, and venture into the things that you've been afraid to try, and yeah, and hopefully find your passions. So thank you for watching. I missed you guys. I think I've said that so many times, but it really, really is true. I've missed being in this space, and yeah, can't wait to do the next video. See you. Bye bye.